It's a very low barrier to get into the Gronk Squad.
That's crazy.
We've committed to do the Daily Talk Show for 10 years.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Put it in the calendar.
That one in.
I'd just like to check the temperature in the room.
I told you my squeegee story.
It is outrageous.
Come on, let's go. It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 949.
Happy Monday, Gronks.
It's the Daily Talk Show where we talk about things that we're interested in, and my name is Josh Janssen.
And I don't know what show I'm on anymore.
And we've got Tommy Jackett. He's a wacky guy. He's a wacky guy.
Are you all right, dude?
Yeah. I'm excited to be here bringing the energy for your Monday morning, wherever you are in the world, whether you're walking your dog or you're doing a Feb fast. Maybe you're thinking about, maybe it's, 11 a.m. on Monday and you're like, what I want right now is a drink, but I'm not going to.
And then you'd be questioning why you're asking for an 11 a.m. drink. But maybe you've just come off the holidays. Mm-hmm. So now I'm in your bullshit. I've entered into your bullshit.
Big thing. Not to be confused with samosas.
There is a guy who I listen to in the early hours of the morning going to the gym, and he's a radio guy. It's like he's got some shift on 3AW, whatever 774 is. I think it's 3AW. He's got some like graveyard shift, and he interviews people, and during the interview, he will say something like, so he's talking about a question, and then he'll say, yeah, that's so good. And right now we've got Josh Janssen in the building, and he's chatting to us about all things blah, blah, blah. So Josh, and then he does like a reset every 2-3 minutes, which I get it, but I was just thinking about the experience of being on the other end of that. Imagine if you were in a conversation with somebody at work, and then they all of a sudden get like third person on you and just be like,
I would do something
right
like
now
that.
There's a conversation between two people right by the water cooler, coming back to the water cooler. G'day, Josh. It's, it's fucking weird, and all of that shit just is not normal. So cut it out.
Well, even I was watching a video podcast the other day, and a host had a guest on.
Yeah.
And they are doing all the admin while the guest sort of sits there.
Dude,
like, don't you just want to bring the guest? Like, they say, it's been a really good week. Not much is happening. Thanks everyone for the emails. And we've got Tommy Jackett here. And then they do the spiel about that. Like, just say straight away, we've got this person. How are you going?
Yeah. It is odd. I went to do a radio interview once, and it was with Red Simons. And so if you grew up in Australia, you would have watched what's that show?
Hey,
I was going to say it's Friday night show. It's a Saturday show. Hey, it's Saturday.
Yep.
One of the great television live shows of our time.
And they had red faces, and you had a big gong.
Yep. And so Red Simons would smash the gong when it was like time for this sort of performance act to stop, and then they get judged, and it was great, old school. Loved him growing up. Went in to do an interview with Red Simons about a video I'd made, and I get there. The bloke is like hosting a radio show by himself. Like, he's got his producers outside of the airlock, and he's in the studio just doing his thing. The guy literally didn't make eye contact with me, wouldn't look at me, and would look down and, say some sort of shit, and was like trying to take the piss of me a bit.
Why were you there? That's probably a good question.
Was it the O-Bike video or the 1,000 Steps video? One of these sort of, it was silly for me to be in there.
Big deal to have you in studio, because I remember there was many times, even like when I was working on Fifi and Jules, and I would throw up an idea, and sometimes it would get across the line. They would say, now, do we want Josh in studio? And I'm pretty sure they said, it'll probably derail it if he's in studio, so let's get him on the phone. So I'd be outside the studio on the phone.
Yeah, liability.
I remember that happened to me in a corn chip. I was dressed in a corn chip on the phone to them, telling them.
So Amy's outside of the studio at that point, and on my Facebook page, it said that I was an entertainer, and then he started like making some jokes about that, and I was like, this fucking guy taking the piss of me, this pussy that won't look me in the eyes.
And so what did you say?
I gave him utmost respect and walked out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, it was weird. It was such a weird. I think it is like seeing people that you see on television or in the media, and then there's like the experience around them is a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night I saw Carrie Bickmore walk past me, and she had her kids, and so, but I was like, oh, that's the lady from the project, from the radio.
That's exciting.
But I don't know. I mean, it's all a bit weird. Anyway, my weekend, dude.
Can I just say the amount of times you've mentioned that you've seen Carrie Bickmore?
It's a big thing.
Where were you?
I was in, a place I rarely go to. Ivanhoe, somewhere in Ivanhoe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know the name of the street, but I was there to get a souvlaki under the direction of a friend who said, Suva So Good is so good.
Okay, great.
And so I went to Suva So Good, and geez, it was so good.
Mm-hmm. And so you were saying on the weekend what happened?
Yeah. So Friday in the office, we received a parcel,
mm-hmm.
and it was from Trev Long.
Mm-hmm.
Trev Long has done us a solid and sent us a bunch of goodies. He's, if you don't know, the tech guy on Channel 9.
Yeah.
And there's a thing.
And on the internet. He's
everywhere.
He's
everywhere.
EFTM.
Yeah.
You go on, he's doing a lot of videos this year on YouTube where he's reviewing stuff.
He's the guy that I reference when I've seen a new piece of tech, because he's been the one who's had it first.
Yeah.
He's Australia's MKBHD. Is he?
He's Australia's Leo Laporte. But even more relevant because he's on television. But he's Trev is one of the few people that my parents will get excited about when I mention. I know Trev. We saw Trev. He did a great job on the. What does Trev think of Hisense?
Yeah. I reckon.
I'm not texting Trev another tech question.
Anyway, Trev sent us a bunch of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
One box still yet to arrive, but he sent through something that I'd mentioned on the show. I mean, this is a classic ask and you shall receive.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always happen.
It's a Tommy Jackett move.
It definitely is. I'm like, I may even throw, Trev has one of those. Anyway, Trev sent me a Robovac, which I've always wanted one. I got really fascinated when I saw Gronk Rob Ward. He has one, told me which one he had. I was like contemplating getting it. One thing comes to another, you see that it's worth $700 and you say, absolutely not. But I've been sent one from Trev, and it's not the one that Rob has.
What is the brand?
Good question. I'm sure he would like me to sort of give it a bit of a plug. The app that I have had to download is called My Home, and it's Viome. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it is. I've put it on. I've already made a sale. Let's put it that way.
Oh, really?
So
Someone's that impressed.
So Friday night, I got it set up. Surprisingly, I did it quite quickly. It was quicker than our printer.
So it has a dock or something, so it's like a cradle where it stays? Is that how it works?
It's its home, mate. It's like a little dog, a kennel. It has a kennel. And so the kennel just happens to give it juice.
Middle of the night, would you do it? Or would you, what time of day are you setting it up?
Mate, I had no idea. This was, I had no idea when you could run it, how it sounded, how, loud it was. We got home at like 6:30 on Friday night.
This sounds like fucking industrial.
We moved out on Saturday morning. No. We've been kicked out from the noise pollution. No. So I plugged it in, got it going, hit go. Mate, I was just blown away. It maps out your house. So it gets a floor plan. Forget paying someone to come in to do a floor plan. Get your bloody Robovac to do your floor plan. And so it started mapping it out, and it was like hitting some stuff, and I was like, okay, I obviously need to sort of make room for it to get around, to get it to map it out. I just could, I literally, it's like my second child before I've had my real second child. Amy's like, mate, you love that thing. And so we've given it a nickname. Bodhi came up with it. I said to Bodhi, what do you want to call it? And he said, I don't know. And then I said, no, something fun, something funny, tell me. And so he's called it Cracker.
Oh, Cracker. I like Cracker.
So Cracker, and I said, where does Cracker come from? He said, we have crackers at daycare.
And they make a mess.
Exactly. So my vacuum's called Cracker, and I posted a photo of it just cruising around saying, I'm getting so much joy out of watching this. And then I got this message Saturday morning from a mate. He said, I literally bought one of I literally bought one at 3 a.m. last night after your video. He bought the same one.
Great.
And so I spent the weekend getting this thing going. It's next level. I am so for Robovac.
Do you feel the pressure when you recommend something?
Depends on how you're doing it. If you're actually...
You're just showing it.
If you're an influencer who's recommending something you don't care about, I can imagine there's a bit of pressure. This thing, I'm not getting paid to mention it. I got it for free.
Well, you don't even know the brand.
I can't... Viomi or something like that. Anyway, right now, at my house, I have a kitchen that has crumbs all in it. And Amy was baking, some muffins yesterday with Bodhi. And
you said cupcakes once, and then you said muffins. I just want to be very clear.
True.
Big difference. Did they have icing?
The icing got made but wasn't put on.
So they're muffins.
So they're muffins.
Yeah. If you said, Josh, I've got a cupcake for you, and then you gave me a muffin.
So can you see that? That's my house. It's mapped out. So currently, I'm about to send Cracker out to vacuum on a standard setting. I literally, I'm in the studio. I'm 10 Ks away from my house. I've just sent it out, and the reward of seeing it starting to map with a purple line. Oh my God, this is so rewarding.
Well, I saw Trev's got the equivalent of like a lawnmower, which looks like just doing the lawn, which is great.
Well, yeah, our lawn's a bit. Trev, if you're going to send one, mate, it's
he's also sending you security cameras, which will
highly required.
On the recommendation thing, we sold our fridge. It was bought by Bree's brother. So we gave him a good deal. But we suggested a removalist to pick it up just based on Bree's sister having bought a mattress from us. Oh, no, I think we gave the mattress to her. Yeah. Getting it sent like with a truck. Bree's sister had used this company. It all seemed to have gone well. Anyway, when it came to the fridge, it was a nightmare. So we had a really nice stainless steel sort of, is it stainless steel? Yeah, it's like silver.
Kind of, yeah, like a opening of two doors. Which, was that one door?
One big door.
It was a big door, though.
Yeah, it was a real big door. Anyway, so we got some bad vibes because they were meant to get there by midday. We called them at midday. They said, we don't think that they'll be able to come today now. We said, look, like we've been sitting here since 7 a.m. not leaving the house.
That's horrible.
So anyway, they said, okay, we'll get someone by 3 o'clock. They weren't prepared. They didn't have anything to like stick the door down or things like that. And they said they didn't even, when they came up to the apartment, they didn't have any gear or anything. So they came up and they were getting paid by the hour. So they look around and then they grab a trolley and Bree said the fridge is big. You'll probably need a truck.
So they know it, yeah.
Yeah. They brought a van. Anyway, I was actually talking to you on the phone at the time.
Yeah.
And I hear Bree's yelling out for me. And she's like, hold my phone. And she was on the balcony filming as they're just smashing the fridge onto the top of the van roof. Anyway, Bree went down to tell them off and been like, what the fuck? Because when Bree was bringing up like, hey, I don't think you should do it like this.
Yeah.
The guy's like, hey, we're professionals, just leave it to us. Anyway, huge dints and stuff on the side of the fridge caused by them. Bree had filmed a video of the fridge before they gave it, before we gave it to them. Also, she took photos. But
so what's going to happen?
Well, the thing is that there's been a lot of back and forth. But Bree's dad called. Those removalists were on a current affair just the other night. Yeah, the other thing. So, how much do you think to take a fridge from Collingwood to Officer? It's a fair distance. But what do you think?
A 50-minute drive. 180 or something.
350. How about this? On the invoice, they charge $70 for the use of the trolley. Surely that should be just included.
How? And so they were on a current affair, an expose. You love a good expose on a current affair.
And so Bree had left a bad review, and there's heaps and heaps of bad reviews. Bree's sister-in-law said that she contacted the ACCC and there's huge amounts of complaints. The thing is that there's a little bit of responsibility that we feel because we suggested, hey, use the Removalists based on Bree's sister's experience. The problem is that Bree's sister didn't point out that like, oh yeah, they did sort of shove it around. Yeah, they were sort of like banging down the mattress when they were putting it in.
God. And so you can you do anything if the business has been come at like that?
Well, yeah. So
how are they still in operation?
Well, so they offered $150. Bree's sister-in-law said, hey, we just want a refund of the amount. They're saying no. We're sending all of the content, and so it's not great.
Dude, that is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
bad. Like just moving shit in general is a pain in the ass.
We went to a place on Saturday morning. So Amy's full nest mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like
just buying shit. I remember on Friday there was a very low blow up in. I think she had. What was she picking up? She was picking up something that seemed a little bit trivial. And you sort of had to point out, it's like, hey, the reason why I'm responding like this is because every Saturday for the past 6 weeks, Amy has sent me out to buy something dumb from the market, like pick something up from the marketplace.
She's had me booked in. I mean, and she's even just doing it herself. And so, yeah, she sent me a couple of weekends ago, we're buying a toolkit for Bodhi. And I saw the photo. This thing looked great, sort of like almost like a workstation, had some drills, it's all plastic stuff.
Yeah.
Get there. I'm like, I hope it fits in the car. She gets it. It's fucking the size of a football. This woman has taken a photo with a wide angle lens up close, which makes anything look really big. Yeah. And so it was in good nick. It was $20. Mm-hmm. It was a good experience. Bodhi does like it. And so Saturday morning, I think it was a 9 a.m. Appointment at someone's house.
Yeah.
15 minutes away from where we live. And this is for a rocking chair or like a
feeding chair.
A breastfeeding chair. Mm-hmm. And so it's the classic nesting, filling out the room with stuff that we need that we'll probably won't use when the baby comes. That's what happens. Mm-hmm. You're like, we're going to use all of this change table. Yeah. Next minute you're changing shitty nappies on the bed.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't give a fuck.
And you start with the chair and then you move to the futon, which I heard happen in real time. And so, as Amy was showing, she said, that's the chair, but obviously we'll get the futon later.
And so there was this good looking chair, great looking chair.
Like a velvety sort of.
Looked velvety, like electric-y, sort of pinky. It was sick, sick. Had like a little ottoman.
Seems like something you'd see in Mrs. White's like photos, don't you think? Yeah, you could imagine
it's like a brand new 70s vibe chair. Mm-hmm. Get there. This person selling stuff brand new because they have like a shop that they do. They sell brand new products. I just see it. I'm just like, and he's like, there is sort of one thing that we've noticed when pulling it out. It looks like someone's taken a 6-inch shiv and stabbed the chair. It's got a rip mark in the back of it, right? Like on the actual material that your back lays onto. And he's like, look, I've contacted the supplier. This has just happened over, as it's been put in. It's like, he wouldn't have done it, right? He's now got this chair.
But that wasn't the one that was photographed.
Wasn't the one that's photographed because he'd just taken it out of the box.
Okay.
And it was
he can't expect you to take that.
Well, he said, we can give you cost price, which I didn't believe what cost price was because it was still $350.
I think you're being screwed because the thing is that anytime anyone says cost price, there's a lot of shit going on. The amount of stuff that I remember going to Clive Peters, I don't know if they're still around.
No, I don't think they are.
But they gave me a lot of shit at cost price.
Retrovision still around? Retrovision?
Yeah, I feel like the good guys just swallowed them all up.
Good guys. Bing Lee. That's a Sydney.
Bing Lee. Yeah.
Bing Lee is a New South Wales.
Connected with eBay, like they do a lot of as in they have an eBay shop, they sell.
Yeah.
So anyway, so how much was it before the discount?
$420, $430.
And so he's taking $70 off for a fucking tear in the middle.
Well, he's like,
is there only one there?
There was only one there, and I immediately said, because Bodhi was causing a bit of trouble, I said, the effort that it's going to take to patch that together is well beyond the savings, and I just left, and then I let Amy let him down. But it was just a really crummy quality couch too. It was like probably just factory made thousands of these things. And they just ship them overseas.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you could see the sort of, it looked like the stuffing inside a teddy bear behind the fabric.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway,
what would you like to see?
not that. It looks like white pubic hair.
Yeah, but normally you wouldn't even see the inside. Do you think that you would have gotten it if it didn't have that tear?
Nah, I saw Amy sit down on it, and it looked. It's meant to. I mean, they're feeding chairs, but it looked like the wonkiest fucking chair you've ever seen.
Was it meant to rock?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
It didn't look comfy. She sat down, and I was like, that does not look comfy. It would have looked good in the bedroom, but it wouldn't have been comfy. This is the thing about a lot of these cheap products online. They look great, but then they're not good quality.
Yeah.
They're not great. They're not actually great.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I don't know where I'm off to this weekend, but sure as hell.
I mean, are you still going to get a chair?
I think so. I said I'd rather get like an old one, like as in a good quality old one for cheap.
There seems to be heaps of people doing renovations and or just painting, and like that's a big thing now. I think that people spent time during COVID living in their shithole houses or whatever, and be like, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of people are spending money now. The property prices are going up 25% in some areas. My dad was telling me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just based on everyone wanting to get out. Gronk Shannon up in Queensland was saying that she's wanting to move to the Gold Coast from Brisbane, and it's everyone from Melbourne and Sydney are buying up the places there.
Yeah.
Everyone's just deciding to,
it's a big, like out. I'm noticing it so much more, like the people quitting their jobs, completely changing their life because they had a whole year where it's like you got to reflect on everything.
I mean, it's not even a year. It's Bodhi's birthday in 2 weeks' time, and
what are we doing for it?
Yeah, big party, mate. Party bus. What else?
As many kids as last time.
Well, here's the thing: you can only have 30 people at your house according to the COVID restrictions. But last time it was a nightmare because we had what you don't realize. I mean, if you have never had a child party where they actually have friends, is like friends outside of the ones that you just know, mates who have got kids, daycare, it could be two parents coming with one kid. So if you get two parents, if you get 10 kids, could be another 20 fucking, so there's
parents,
30 people on top. It's a nightmare. So I don't know. We're trying to work
doing
it out.
Plus ones.
But we had
has one parent to come.
A guy who was at Bodhi's birthday last year had quarantined because of COVID. He'd been in Wuhan.
Oh,
and this
right.
was like, I didn't even know what it was. I was asking him like, so what, you were over in Wuhan. What are you doing? What are you, back? He's just like, yeah, I did a quarantine with the family. It was very basic. No one knew. But then 1 month later, shit had hit the fan. So we're not even a year. We're not even like a year into when the lockdown started. But it's feeling pretty normal here in Melbourne, is it?
Yeah, I guess so. But I think on the weekend, I watched about 10 videos on this GameStop thing.
Yeah, I had some good banter at a pub about the GameStop thing.
So I mentioned it to you earlier in the week. Very hard to explain. Like unless it's, do you know what I mean? Like me explaining it, I couldn't do it in a way that gave any interest.
Well, I had two people explaining to me, and I was questioning them both. And there was some conflicting things between those two, and like they seem to know a lot more than I did, and it's still confusing. In essence, though, it's the
I don't want to hear anyone else explain it, but
the rich people who run the hedge funds have lost out to the little guys who have fought back.
Yeah, the retail investors. Yeah,
and so that's in short. It's like you see how much power rich people have, and these people that run these apps like Robinhood that allow you to day trade, they can fucking just cut things off and then everybody's
that's a whole other part of the story, right? So it's like
that's another part.
There was the whole short selling stuff where it's like the big hedge funds are saying, hey, we think the GameStop is overvalued. And so they do something where they basically say, I think that in this amount of time, it's going to be worth less.
Yeah.
They borrow that stock with the idea that they'll sell it or they'll give that stock back to the person that they borrowed it off. In the meantime, they take the profit or whatever.
That whole concept of like, who let them take your stock? So Josh Janssen buys stock, then they take Josh Janssen's stock and then sell it and then give it back to you. It's like, did you give permission?
Yeah. Well,
No.
so there's I think it comes down to like there's fees associated. So they pay a fee for the privilege of being able to do it. But there was a great
oversold the shit out of the GameStop stock, which was a big problem. How it's even legal and it shouldn't be.
But anyway, I think that the interesting thing is, don't you think that way more people are just thinking about all of this stuff now? Like just these things happening. Like I have no idea about stocks and finance, like this side of the finance thing.
Yeah, I wonder if it's our age as well, though. Like you're in your 30s, you should is probably a silly term, but like more likely people in their 30s are going to be starting to think about an investment strategy for money that they're earning. Yeah. It's funny for us, isn't it?
Well, did you ever, like when I was a kid, I remember, being at like family events and then someone saying, oh yeah, I have stocks or whatever. I actually know about like this, Microsoft is about to buy this company. So if you like buy their stock, it's going to go through the roof, blah, blah, blah. And I remember saying to my dad, it's like, Dad, we need to invest. Like we need to do it.
Yeah. You need the money.
Yeah, you need money to be able to invest.
Well, yeah, I had family friends that would do it. They'd be up on their computer every morning. And then, but I mean, this is the thing. You need to have the interest in it and starting to understand it. It's like my mate has been investing in Bitcoin. He said like superannuation from the beginning. And now it's like he won't tell me how many Bitcoins he has. But buying them at like $100 a coin, which is like they're $30,000 now. Yeah. And so my only point with it, he's my best friend. I should have been doing what he was doing. It's a silly thought, but he's been into that whole crypto, the currency, the blockchain from 2011, like interested in it all. Yeah. And so that's his reward for everyone who was interested in it. If he was interested in the stock market back then, was willing to do that.
But there's also like, I think there's an arrogance that can come with all this stuff where it's like people think that they're fucking geniuses, where it's like this stuff is very luck driven as well.
100%. I mean, people were buying Telstra stocks years ago.
How are they going?
It went real bad. I mean, I just remember it went from something like $80 to in the single digits for a while.
Do you remember so there was a documentary that
for every winner, there's a shitload of losers out there too. Like for anything in life.
Yeah, there's Dave Ramsey. Who's the
American Scott Pape.
Yeah,
is he? Was it ever be equivalent?
Yeah. I think they're very sort of a lot of the similar sort of strategies.
Created a real personality and a brand out of their financial advice service.
Yeah, the Minimalists had a bunch to do with him. I think Dave's even on the latest minimalism doco.
Oh yeah,
he's in that. But a guy called up saying, "Hey, I've just won $45,000, or I've made $45,000 on the GameStop stock. What should I do with the money?" And it was just a funny thing because he obviously, his whole thing is long-term, ETFs where you put it in index funds and it goes up over a long period of time.
I know
all that sort of thing. But he was funny. It's like, oh, so you don't take my advice on how to invest, and now you want to take my advice on how to spend it? Is that what he's saying? But there's a good doco that I watch. I can't remember the name, but if you type in Herbalife stock documentary, do you remember this?
Yeah,
I spoke about it probably 2 years ago, but it's all about short selling.
And is Dave Ackman, who's Ackerman? The guy who's at the center, he came out, he's a hedge fund manager, and he came out and said that he owns a bunch of Hilton hotels. And he came out and said, we're fucked. The economy's done. He was using other language, but basically
this is recently
drove the fear into so many people that got out of their stock, got out of their shares, and he was buying up a bunch of hotel stock.
Oh, interesting.
Which the problem is he's a well-known hedge fund manager, and that can almost be illegal. You can't put fear into people as someone who's got interest in the result of what could happen. And so this is where if you watch Dave Portnoy, the Barstool Sports founder, he's been going hard at him. He's been going hard at everybody.
Mhm.
But you see where it's like, we're in a time where the little guys, you know, want to get on top.
Well,
And we don't want to be fucked over by large corp.
so the thing about stock manipulation from what I've...
Sorry, guys. Oh, my God. Cracker. Oh, no.
What's happened? Oh,
Oh, no.
the vacuum.
Cracker's stuck under my bed.
Oh, no. Will
Error.
you keep going?
Escape failed. Escape failed. Please clear obstacles around the device and try again. It's the books. I left some
no.
books.
Tyrone's not hiding under there.
I was worried that this is the thing. As much as I will say that I love my vac,
Mhm.
there is you know, like any good tech product,
Mhm.
there's problems. And he's come into this is where
So can you
tech has
shut
met
him down?
old school.
Yeah,
Books.
Yeah, you need
And
to
they've had
Kindle.
they've had a fight and Cracker's lost.
Yeah. So can you shut it down now?
I'll try charge back. I'm sending it to charge, see if he can get out, have another escape.
Mm-hmm.
The other day he sucked up a Mandalorian costume and couldn't move,
Oh no.
and so I had to rescue Cracker.
But yeah, on the stock thing, I think that why it's different is normally you can't do the whole stock manipulation by people like Warren Buffett saying, hey, like, you know, do this or do that. However, this is sort of a distributed attack on these things because it's like all of these individuals doing it and working together, which is, you know, I guess they need potentially to update all of this stuff based on what's happening in 2021.
I mean, just search it if you want to watch some. There's some great breakdowns, like so many, and I still don't get it.
Yeah.
But there is people who have spent a lot of time breaking these down, breaking the whole GameStop thing down.
It's amazing how
stocks down.
It's very tricky saying
It's a fucking tricky one.
But I mean, the funny thing is, what I wanted to say was that I was a bit over hearing about it, and I've just spoken about it.
Yeah, you know, add your bit.
Did we though? Did we add anything new?
Absolutely not.
It is a big wank, like seeing people talk about it.
Cracker's still stuck on his second attempt to get out of there. I might have to leave today early to go home and rescue Cracker.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Do you think he's going? If we had the security camera set up, okay, good.
They stop when you know you break your leg, you stop running.
Yeah.
He's broken his leg, but he will be back.
Okay, great. What does it do if you had stairs?
Doesn't. Good point. We don't have
Drone.
stairs. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
But this one has a mop too.
Oh wow!
And so
with water.
So you take out the cartridge that sucks up and holds all the dust, and you fill this other cartridge with water. Put it in. Connect up this thing that looks like a chucks or like a wipe that's stuck to the bottom of it, and it then moves around like a snail and leaves like a little wet patch. It's funny, like a little slug. It looks like a slug.
Yeah,
looks like a little slug, and I don't know. It worked. Did the whole hallway of the place. I'm loving it.
Hi at thedailytalkshow.com.
We have
if you'd
one
like to send us an email. Yes.
And also, if you want to register interest for one of the Daily Talk Show cups, these are big cups. How big, Josh?
They are 32 ounces, which is just under a litre.
And you can reserve your cup. We haven't released how much they're going to be, but if you want one, you want a big cup for your desk, bigcupcompany.com. We've had an update from GB. Right. GB said, my friend Larry, who manages some Wendy's stores in America, has posted a sleeve of large cups from Wendy's to the Daily Talk Show. So these cups are 1.25 litres. First 15 orders of our cups will get a free, authentic, large Wendy's cup signed by GB.
Wait, so we're being out cups?
Well, you're going to get a Wendy's cup, which is
bigger.
That are bigger.
I don't like this.
George
good initiative, George. But
George said that Larry's also a dedicated listener to the show. So watch what you say.
I mean, it's very generous.
It's amazing.
I didn't realize you could go bigger.
Well,
1.2.
But it doesn't have the Daily Talk Show branding on. It's got Wendy's.
Have you had Wendy's in the States? I don't think I have.
No, not in the States. I've had it in New Zealand. Is that right?
I'm fired up.
Oh, mate, this is great.
We probably didn't even have to order them. I could have just gotten the Wendy's cup.
Maybe that's what we could do. Start getting vintage big cups.
I mean, I would love that to be a thing. Yeah. No, you know that I will do that.
I've seen a guy's Murphy's Vintage Apparel selling old
that's good.
T-shirts and like old vintage T-shirts, the Mets.
I think I saw like there used to be a shop on like near Flinders Street called I think Retro Star or something.
Sick.
I remember getting a Beatles top that was about 3 sizes too small for me.
Did you wear it? Big
Yeah,
one?
it was just real tight. You know,
ready for the club.
Real vibe. Alrighty, enjoy your rest of your Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good one.
See you guys.